All right. Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of A Seat at the Table. My name is Mike Flores and I'm fortunate to serve as a chancellor for the Alamo Colleges District. And as you know, these live streamed episodes feature special guests and cover a variety of topics that align with who we are and what we do at the Alamo Colleges District throughout our family of 5 colleges and our regional centers and the impact we provide to our students and community overall. We're excited also to continue our partnership with Texas Public Radio, and after each episode, we encourage you to stay tuned so you can be joined for a special segment featuring an in-depth interview led by Texas Public Radio reporter Camille Phillips, who is joining us this afternoon as well. Now, throughout these discussions, it's interactive, so we encourage you to join us on social media and to be able to leave your questions or feedback in the comments section. One of the things that we wanted to highlight is our services and support services that we provide to ensure that our veterans and military affiliated students and family members are successful at the Alamo Colleges District. And we provide a variety of services to military and veteran students. Several of our colleges, in fact, have earned awards recognizing their work that they do to assist and advocate for military and military affiliated students pursuing pathways, most importantly for that credential. In order to deliver these types of services, the district houses a network of veteran center facilities with dedicated centers at San Antonio College and at St. Philip's College. And we actually have building projects that are underway at Northwest Vista College and at Northeast Lakeview College. So we're only missing one, and that's Palo Alto College. Today, in fact, we're fortunate that we're streaming from St. Philip's College, the Veterans Outreach and Transition Center that is just about a quarter mile from the main campus. And let me give you a little bit of background for the VOTC. And in December 2011, the San Antonio City Council approved a partnership with the Alamo Colleges District and St. Philip's College to renovate the building that we're in today, which was formerly the first African-American hospital in San Antonio, into the facility that it is today, housing not only support services for students, but most importantly also for community members. Today, we're going to discuss our services and how they impact our students and our community. And we're also going to welcome one of our significant community partners to discuss how they advocate for veterans. Today, I'm joined by Dr. Sprague, who serves as chairman of the board and has 28 years of distinguished service with the Alamo Colleges District. And Dr. Sprague is also a veteran himself and a strong proponent of our military and veterans services. Thank you for your service, Dr. Sprague, and good to see you.
It's good to be here, and especially on this topic, because it's one that has been an important part of my life. I was in the Air Force for 4 years, discharged out of Brooks Air Force Base, and during that time, I'd just like to tell you a little bit about what we offer compared to what I encountered as a veteran coming out of the Air Force. I came out of base housing. My family lived on base housing. All of a sudden, I was accepted into graduate school to do my doctorate, but you find yourself, oh, by the way, I have to find a way to buy a house. I have to find a way to finance my education. I know there's something called a GI Bill, but how do you get a hold of that one? Can I get mortgage assistance through the Veterans Association? All those kinds of questions that you're not quite sure how to get from here to there. And so when I visit our veterans centers that we have with Alamo Colleges, I see all those pieces sitting all together in one place. Veterans can walk into the door, have their entire veterans benefits examined, and put forward. It also shows them the pathway into all our academic courses, our workforce courses. It it shows them that we're a friendly place that is suited to the veterans' needs, and that we want to see them succeed. So it is a tremendous opportunity from him. It includes all those items I talked about: housing, wraparound services if they're needed. You know, we see a lot of veterans who come back and they're faced with being homeless for quite a while. They have food insufficiency. They have all those needs. We have all those waiting for them here at Alamo Colleges Veterans Centers.
Well, thank you, Dr. Sprague. And Dr. Sprague, you've actually laid it up pretty nicely for our transition and welcoming our special guest for this session of A Seat at the Table. And so, as Dr. Sprague mentioned, the transition that individuals have as they're moving into civilian life. And so the Good Samaritan Center where we are today is actually a partnership not only with the city and with the Alamo Colleges District and St. Philip's College, but most importantly with organizations such as yourself, which are critical components to being able to ensure a smooth transition into civilian life or assist along those years in that journey. So we're fortunate to be joined by Mr. Mike Yeager, and he is one of those critical partners. He represents the Texas Veterans Commission, and he serves as a Southwest District Manager for the Claims Department within the Texas Veterans Commission. Yes, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, we have several questions for you,
sure.
But in particular, you know, I think what's unique about San Antonio is we refer to it as Military City, USA. And that's because of the hundreds of thousands of individuals that, just like Dr. Sprague and others, have made San Antonio their home.
Yes,
what are some of the ways that veterans, in particular, or family members, can come to the Texas Veterans Commission for assistance?
Well, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can go on our website, which is www.tvc.texas.gov. You can call us at 1-800-252-VETS, VETS, or you can stop by. Starting 1 April, we're going to start doing in-person appointments, and we have 2 counselors here at the Good Samaritan VOTC, and we'll take care of you virtually or in person. While we were in the COVID lockdown, we've done about 90 people a day, or a week here at the Good Samaritan, so we can still maintain good services for y'all. My division concentrates on the disability benefits, and that's what we concentrate on. And since we are located in the community and any community member can come and see us, surviving spouses and dependents, we also do dependency claims, and we also do it's called a DIC, Dependent Indemnity Compensation, or pensions for the widows and their surviving spouses. We can do all of that here. And as far as students go, we have Texas Veterans Commission is the granting agency for all schools in the state of Texas for using GI Bill benefits. And we also run the Hazelwood program, which is a Texas unique program, and the Legacy program, which is a subset of the Hazelwood. So the students, there's a lot of your administration department and your veterans department over at Registrar has a lot of business there and a lot of questions, and we can answer those. And we occasionally bring our education person down here at the Good Sam to work with students that have issues and what have you. So we can do it that way. The other thing we do, as Dr. Sprague mentioned, food insufficiency and housing. We have a grants department, and that grants department gets money from the little scratch-off tickets or little $2 tickets that say veteran on them. Buy them, okay? Because all that money goes to the Texas Veterans Commission, and that's fenced, protected money that only we can use to give to nonprofit organizations that apply for grants to provide. There's meals for vets. For veterans that are under age 60, we will provide you food, so you won't have to go on food insufficiency problems and and digging the garbage cans and stuff. And get three hots a day delivered to you. Housing. We have special needs housing. We have regular housing. We even have a Home for Heroes department in our grant department that builds homes for veterans that are seriously injured or very seriously injured, that have, disabilities that you have to have a special adapted house for. We even build them for you. So we do all of those, and that's all available just by being a veteran in the state of Texas and saying, "Hey, I want some help."
So Mr. Giger, I think one of the things that's interesting is just the full gamut and spectrum of services and support that you all provide, not only to our veterans and their family members here at St. Philip's College or any of the Alamo colleges, but also to community members. One thing you mentioned were about, on average, about 90 individuals a week meet with the two counselors that are here at the Good Samaritan VOTC. What does that look like? What does a typical visit look like, and what are the types of supports, for instance, they may receive?
Since our close proximity to JBSA Fort Sam and the large transition center and the JBSA Alliance Committee that we belong with, we have a large amount of what's called BDD claims, benefits delivered at discharge claims. These are claims filed by active duty members so they can have their benefits as close to time they leave active duty as possible, sometimes the day after they leave active duty.
Okay.
That's the goal, but it's typically between the day after and 100 days after. So somewhere in there, you'll get your VA benefits, which is tax-free money, which is health care, which is property tax relief, and all these other benefits that come in when you start getting what we do. We also we review your records. We'll ask you some questions. Sometimes we'll give you homework assignments. Hey, I need you to go get a doctor, and you need to bring me this, this document back to prove. We are trained by the VA. We are accredited by the VA to make your claim in the most positive manner possible.
Okay.
In the most expeditious manner possible. That's why we don't do anything in paper anymore. It's all electronic. So we've cut down on a lot of killing trees and stuff too.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's always helpful. And you mentioned homework, but since we're at St. Philip's College, I think that homework is okay.
Yes, sir. Everybody down here is familiar with homework.
All right. Dr. Sprague, one of the questions I had is, in your service on the board, and you also reflected personally of your service as a veteran, but why would this be so important to us at the Alamo Colleges District, the Good Samaritan VOTC, the SAC Victory Outreach Center, this whole network of services?
Yeah, well, I think it's critical. It's critical to Alamo Colleges. It's critical to the Bexar County community. I guess most people realize, but if you don't realize, we are probably the primary economic generator in this entire region. How does that happen? It happens because we train people to go to work and get good paying, productive jobs. So that solves a couple of problems for the community right there. Number one, we lift people up to be proud of who they are. We give them an education, a pathway to the future. But we also save tremendous amounts of grief and money spent on trying to take care of homelessness on the street, food insecurity, a feeling of not belonging to society that often veterans encounter when they get out. Military life is great, but it's totally different. You basically have things provided for you, and then you get out of the service, and all of a sudden all that stuff comes to a very abrupt halt. So it's vital to this community and to Alamo Colleges, because that's what our business is training people into into new professions and fulfilling lives.
Well, that's excellent. I think, thank you, Dr. Sprague. I think that's so important to be able to put that in perspective and like how you mentioned, kind of uplifting, being able to uplift individuals so that they have the self-efficacy to provide for themselves and their family members, and that we're able to support them on that journey. Definitely, Mr. Yeager, I think with the Texas Veterans Commission and the support that you all are providing on a daily and a weekly basis to almost 100 individuals.
Yes, sir.
So which I think is very important, and being able to provide those support services for them. Well, I have several other things here, but I think that has all been answered. But we do have, let me see, we had something come in. So are there other services that are provided at Alamo Colleges, for instance, mental health, business startup, and legal aid? I would encourage you, in fact, to come to the Good Samaritan Veterans Outreach Center, the VOTC, because that is the one stop for members within the community. You don't have to be enrolled at St. Philip's or any of the Alamo Colleges. You can come to Dakota Street and be able to access the support services, and they'll be able to greet you. If you need more information, you can go to alamo.edu/military. If you'd like more information about what Mr. Yeager mentioned from the Texas Veterans Commission, it is tvc.texas.gov, and you can receive more information there. And the number that you can call here at the Good Samaritan VOTC is 210-486-0000. So we can go ahead and get that there. Actually, it is 486. It's on the banner right behind me. Thank you. So 210-486-2185. So thank you for joining us today. I think what's most important to leave this episode with is the support services and the partners that are here to assist you to ensure that your transition is successful, and also to come back and visit and ensure that you're availing yourselves of the support services, and most importantly, the partnership to be successful. Thank you. Please, another episode of Take Two with TPR with education reporter Camille Phillips, and we're fortunate to be joined by a special guest, San Antonio College student and veteran student Maddie Cole.
Good afternoon and welcome to Take Two with TPR in partnership with the Alamo Colleges District. I'm Camille Phillips, the education reporter at Texas Public Radio. Take Two with TPR, every time we have a seat at the table, we just kind of follow up with another discussion, most of the time with a student, which I love to do because students, I think, are the best part of interviewing as an education reporter. But I'm here today with our Chancellor, Mike Flores, the Alamo Colleges District Chancellor, and Maddie Cole, who is a San Antonio College student, Navy veteran, and you work study as well. You work study at the San Antonio College Victory Center, which is the SAC version of where we are right now,
Yes, ma'am.
which is the St. Philip's College Good Samaritan Veterans Outreach and Transition Center. There we go. Got to read it off the banner to get it right. But so today I just want to hear, especially first of all, I want to start with you, Maddie, about your experience. You've can you just tell us about how you found the enrollment process for San Antonio College and your entrance to college after you transitioned from the Navy to here, or kind of just tell us your story about that?
Well, I actually didn't intend to go to community college. I was active duty and I was looking to start school because I wanted to, finish my education. And I had tried the university level. And if you've ever tried to apply for education benefits or, veterans benefits in general, it's not very easy. It's not very clear, especially if you don't have guidance. And I didn't find that easily at the university level. And so eventually I thought, I'm going to try the community colleges at San Antonio and see if I could maybe find some more guidance. And I definitely did. I definitely underestimated them. And so I found SAC and I applied. And then I had a meeting at the Victory Center. And when I went in there, it was amazing to see all of the services that they offer. Each advisor is so knowledgeable of the different education benefits, which makes it easy for active duty veterans or anyone using veterans benefits because they know the process and they can help guide you through it step by step.
Dr. Flores, you've now had these centers, it sounds like, for about a decade. Is that right?
Yes.
Because you worked with the city and you, and I guess there's actually these, in a way, maybe almost like your advocacy centers were almost modeled after these, it sounds like, because they came later. But there's the same concept, right? You one-stop shop for whatever resources you need. And I imagine, as both a college student and you're navigating all of the benefits as a veteran, both of them have a lot of paperwork involved.
Yes,
right?
that is definitely true.
And military both have a lot of red tape. And so that's the kind of idea about this, right? Is one-stop shop to get all of that red tape taken care of. Is that
Yeah, I think most definitely. So I think, Camille, as Maddie mentioned, what's significant is being able to come to one place, being able to talk to an individual who's going to partner with you and help you through the process, making that paperwork as seamless as possible, and most importantly, making the process as understandable as possible, and being able to ensure that you achieve the goal that you have. I think the other part is not only just that initial kind of enrollment process, but it's being able to come to the same place when you need assistance, when you have questions, when you want to have a conversation. There are wraparound support services here at the Good Samaritan Center or at the Victory Outreach Center at San Antonio College, but also the veteran students organizations meet there. There's also a lounge or lounges there. So it's home at the college campus, and there's people there that you can talk to or fellow veterans that can support each other along their educational journey. So I think that's the most important kind of one stop that we could have for our students.
That makes sense. And it's open to anyone in the community. You don't have to be a college student or an Alamo Colleges student to
get
the services. You can walk in and say, hey, I'm interested in going to college. Can you help me navigate my military benefits, my veteran benefits? Is that accurate?
Yes, very accurate. So I think that the Good Samaritans Center, right, the Outreach and Transition Center, really is a gold standard in being able to ensure support not only for our students, veteran students who are enrolled in college, but also for community members to be able to connect with, for instance, the Texas Veterans Commission, legal aid assistance. Perhaps you're interested as a veteran in starting your own business. All of those services and individuals are located physically here at the Good Sam VOTC. And likewise for the Veterans Victory Center at San Antonio College, where Maddie not only went for the first time, but also works right on a regular basis to be able to do the same thing there. And I think that's what's critical for us, is being able to lend a supportive hand and being able to walk together on that.
Maddie, can you talk about how that's impacted you as a student? Having that space on campus to go to. It sounds like that's a big part of the reason why you ended up at San Antonio College, right? Rather than at a university, was that you felt like it was a place that you could go and be helped and find the resources that you, or find out how to access the resources you were entitled to, right?
Absolutely. It was very impactful. The moment you walk into the Victory Center, like I said, you're kind of, you realize it's like a night or day difference. You have access to everything. Like the Chancellor said, it's a one-stop shop. And so getting to experience that and getting to experience, doing advising through the office, and then now working there, getting to have the unique perspective of also working in the environment and being a student, being a veteran, and then also having been a student while I was on active duty, you kind of see it from all aspects. And it's amazing how much they do for their veteran students. They really walk the walk. They don't just talk the talk. That's very encouraging, and it's very uplifting, and it kind of creates a community for you where you have people who are in the same boat as you, and then you also have people who are helping you, get the different services that you may need. I mean, they don't just offer education benefit services. They also have an in-house VA rep who can help you with more like Veterans Affairs specific services. They also have different things for trauma that you may have experienced while in the military, mental health. They take all these things very seriously, and they're very, very passionate about the work that they do.
That's great. What I was going to ask. I forgot what I was going to ask you, but so you are at SAC. You're studying biology. Do you know what you want to do after you graduate? It sounds like in a year you're going to graduate.
Yes, in about a year I'll be transitioning and transferring, and my goal is to go to pharmacy school.
Okay. Are you looking in yet into how that transfer is going to take place and how your benefits will transfer? Has this Victory Center been able to help you with that as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They definitely set you up for success as far as transferring and what your next steps are. After you kind of leave the Alamo Colleges district and you move on, they definitely set you up for success in that regard as well.
Nice. I wondered if there was one specific, maybe either like service or resource or benefit that maybe before you started going to college you didn't know existed, or that you were surprised by, or you feel like is really important for other students to know about.
I would say one of the biggest things, or I guess one of the most confusing things while you're on active duty, is how to apply, like how to make that transition as smooth as possible, because it involves a lot. It involves a lot of paperwork and trying to navigate the Veterans Affairs side of things as far as like applying for benefits, whether it be education benefits or medical benefits. It's very hard. It's very confusing if you've never done it, and you don't always have the time to set yourself up while you're on active duty. And so something to me that was really surprising and I thought was so unique and really cool about the different veteran centers at Alamo Colleges District is they actually help you with that side of things. So they'll help you with your education benefits, of course, but they also will help you apply for your disability benefits, your medical benefits. And it seems like as time goes on, they're also adding more resources to their repertoire as well. But that to me was definitely so helpful. And I wish I would have been able to tell people about that before I left active duty, because once I found that out, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. They make everything so easy for you. And it's really awesome.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Maddie Cole. She's a Navy veteran, San Antonio College student, and Chancellor Mike Flores here with the Alamo Colleges District Chancellor. I'm Camille Phillips, education reporter. We've been talking today about military and veteran services offered by the Alamo Colleges District, specifically their outreach centers where you can find out whatever you need to make the transition from veteran to student, or from the active military to veteran student. Thank you so much for listening today. I'm Camille Phillips.